What is going on, Barbies and G.I. Joes? For this episode, I'm coming at you with a discussion. Before I go into it, I want to give you a heads up that the gameplay you're looking at here is Map 5 from Surrey K's WAD, Bloodstorm. The map is titled Onion Paper. If you want to check out a full playthrough of this map, I'll give you a link to that in the description. So, YouTube recently announced that starting in August of this year, they're going to change how subscriber counts are going to be displayed on the channel's homepage. If you don't believe me, take a look.
There's going to be an improvement to how we display subscriber counts publicly. So we want to basically make it way more consistent. So starting August of 2019, we'll start an abbreviated approach across all public facing surfaces. So if you have more than 1,000 subs, we will start abbreviating the count. So let me be specific. This will be kind of parity with industry standards. This is what you already see on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. So if you have less than 1,000 subs, we'll just display the exact count up to the ones. But if, let's say, you have 133,017 subs, we'll just display that as 133,000 subs.
If you guys go watch the Creators Insider video, I'll give you a link to a full video in the description below. Now, if you actually read the comments in that video, a lot of people are pretty much against it, okay? I've also watched some other videos about why they're against abbreviating public sub counts on channels' pages. And here are some common reasons, and you know what? I actually agree with what these people said. The first reason why abbreviating public sub counts a bad idea is because it's pointless. We already have like other issues. Now when it comes to copyright, I can understand why YouTube has a content ID system in place. Okay, without the content ID system, YouTube just couldn't exist because there would be lawsuits coming from different places and it just becomes a train wreck. So YouTube had to have the content ID system in place. So I can't really blame YouTube for that. When it comes to demonetization, if it had not been for YouTube allowing people to monetize whatever they want, the adpocalypse would have never happened. If YouTube kept their standards for getting into a partnership program, the adpocalypse would have never happened, okay? And some of you asked, well, when did that happen? Like, when did YouTube allow anybody to monetize videos? Answers, it was like 2013 to 2017. Okay, they let anybody monetize their videos instead of making people prove that they're not going to do stupid things like what Logan Paul did, where he tased dead rats and showed suicide victims. They just let anybody monetize their videos, and then there are articles coming out saying that YouTube is allowing advertisements to be run on videos that feature hate speech. And advertisers weren't too happy about that. So YouTube had to do something about it, and they had to be more strict when it comes to monetization. So, but my response is, well, you know what, YouTube, if it hadn't been for you lowering your standard for getting into a partnership program, the adpocalypse would have never happened. Okay, and you wouldn't have had to worry about people doing stupid things in their videos and then making money off of them. So, now, I've already mentioned if I didn't. Well, here it is. It's pointless. You know, YouTube has had other issues, and another thing is that there's nothing wrong with having exact counts, okay? You know, there's no issues with that. So the question for you is, well, then why are you changing something that's not broken? Why are you changing it? If it ain't broken, then don't fix it. It's that simple. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. I mean, that's a common quote. and a lot of people actually like to go by it. I mean, why would you want to fix it if it's already working just fine? And when it comes to abbreviating sub counts, to me, it doesn't make your website better, okay? In fact, it only makes it worse. When it comes to YouTube's API services, like examples would be Social Blade. I mean, I use Social Blade a lot to check to see how my channel is doing along with other channels that are out there. And when it comes to websites like that, they're, with YouTube's change being in full effect, they're only going to show what is publicly displayed. And you realize that the API services, they make money off of, collecting analytics, okay? Social Blade, these people make money showing live subscriber counts, and if you decide that it's a good idea to disable those, you want to know what's going to happen is those websites are going out of business. And it makes the websites pretty much useless at that point. And if you read the comments, everyone was basically saying the same thing. Nobody asks for that change, okay? Nobody asks for it. They don't want that change to be in effect, okay? And I've also posted in the comments that it's actually bad for competition, because there are people out there. Now, what we do is, we like to see where we stand among other YouTubers who have approximately the same amount of subscribers as we do. So, like, for example, okay, you may have 21.5 million subscribers, which, displaying as 21 million. And imagine if your opponent also has approximately the same amount of subscribers, also 21 million. The issue is you're not going to know if you're actually ahead of that opponent or you're behind. Because that opponent may have 21.7 million. That opponent may have 21.3 million. You're not going to know for certain. There are people out there who like to watch their channels surpass other channels, and they don't do it simply because they want to bully other people. They don't do things like that, okay? They just like to compare their channels with other channels that are out there. What I like to do is, if I'm getting close to somebody else's channel when it comes to subscriber count, I like to see exactly how far am I away from exceeding that person's sub count. And if YouTube actually abbreviated all the sub counts, and now I will say that this excludes channels who have less than 1,000 subscribers. So if you have, like, say 475 subscribers on your channel, then the exact number will continually be displayed even after the changes has been taken over. But for the channels that have a minimum of 1,000 subscribers, the numbers are going to be abbreviated. To me, I think that's a terrible idea. Bad for competition. It's pointless. There's nothing wrong with showing exact numbers. It doesn't make the website better. The API services are end up going out of business, because then they're not going to be able to have analytics, because these people, they make money off of collecting analytics, showing exact numbers and things like that. Nobody asked for the change. And it's also bad for competition. So, I want to give you a heads up. And now, as far as other issues are concerned, as I've mentioned earlier in this video, we already know that YouTube's content ID system is broken, okay? We already know that. And now, because Article 13 is moving forward, more videos are getting copyright claims, and for the people that make a living on YouTube, that's an issue. Okay, they're losing ad revenue and things like that, and it's just bad for the creators. Now, if you're a person who doesn't make money on YouTube, then it's not going to affect you, but if your video is not getting any views, then, you could technically dispute the claim as long as you have a valid reason. But, if your video is not getting any views, then it's like, what's the point? Because, I mean, it isn't like they're going to make any money off the video. As far as demonetization is concerned, now that comments can actually cause your video to get demonetized too. And the issue I have with that is somebody could abuse it, okay, because we got some bad people on the website. They like to troll other people, and if someone is constantly spamming the comments section with something that's disgusting, they're going to end up abusing the system. And that becomes a problem. When it comes to videos featuring minors, nowadays comments are going to be disabled on those videos, which I honestly think that's a bad idea, because what if people want to offer constructive criticism and give some suggestions on what they can do to make their work better? Yeah, there are some pieces of garbage out there, but most people are not like that. So YouTube has had a number of issues. A lot of people called YouTube out for it. And you know what? I pretty much agree with what people said about YouTube, especially recently about abbreviating public sub counts. And yeah, most people, I mean, if you, let me tell you something, when it comes to that video that Creator Insider posted, I mean, yeah, it may be at about 70% likes and 30% dislikes, but the only reason why it's at 70% likes, the only reason for that is because of like common, it's for like courtesy reasons. People who gave the videos a like. To me though, I think these people have made a stupid decision, you know, because if you look at the comments, I mean, most people are pretty much against it. And you know what? If these people are actually more honest about their reviews when it comes to the ratings, most people would have disliked that video. So, YouTube, you know what? I love your website. It's a fun website to upload content, but stop with these ridiculous changes, okay? It's not going to make your website better. In fact, it's only going to make, I mean, some changes I can understand. You know, some of them, you know, I get that you're trying to protect yourself from lawsuits, from copyright owners. Yeah, I get that. I applaud you for doing it because I want you to be safe. I get that you're trying to keep the advertisers safe. I mean, I get that. I applaud you for doing that. But what I don't applaud you for is making changes that are bad for the creators, okay? Because eventually people are going to get sick of it and they're just going to leave your website, and then your website is going to be the next MySpace and AOL. And I don't want to see that happen to you, okay? I want to see you stay strong. I want you to continue to be successful, okay? And as long as you don't make ridiculous changes that hurt the creators, your website will remain strong, okay? And I think a lot of you guys can agree with me that this change about the public sub counts is a bad idea. I know some people don't really care. I mean, especially if you're just a user, but you're not a content creator or anything. But at least for most people, this is a bad move. So, anyways, leave your thoughts in the comments. If you enjoyed this discussion, make sure you leave a like. If you want to see more of my activities, make sure you subscribe. As always, thank you for watching. I hope that all of you have a good one.